Alright, yo, welcome back everyone.
Yeah, we got...
Here I've got TwistedTammer with me. Say hi.
What's up?
And he's going to be doing GTA 5 Trevor % Director mode. Best of luck, buddy.
Yep. It's a pretty toxic game mode to be playing. It's actually pretty powerful. It's like the in-game clip recording and scene directing system where you can teleport around the map, you can change time of day, weather, you can spawn as any NPC that you've unlocked. So you can basically record in-game movies and machinimas. And because it's that powerful, they've separated it from story mode with all the missions. So we can use a glitch to move that menu into story mode and abuse it to speed up missions. We can teleport past, we can be never wanted, so carbine rifles won't be cancer. But first we gotta get past Prologue and Franklin and Amar. Basically 10 minutes of unskippable stuff until we can get to free mode. Like Eben said, you can break your leg, fall down the stairs, all that stuff. So yeah, none of these cutscenes are skippable, which is fun. So yeah, normal Trevor % without director mode or any mission skips or anything like that is about 55 minutes. And with director mode we can go as low as like 46 minutes. So that shows that it saves quite a lot of time in such a short time, especially considering that it takes like 1 minute to set up. The actual setup itself is kind of weird. The game puts you in a loading screen, you're back in free mode, but you can still die and go to the casting trailer. So that's how we get the menu. And the way we do that is using fall damage. Let's see if I can get the Michael push here. Oh, sweet. Yeah, Brad didn't talk there. And now we can actually do something. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was a pretty terrible shootout. Missing those first two guys is really bad. It always goes bad. So we basically gotta hold Michael and Brad's hand. I can't get too far away from them here, or else the mission fails. So we got about 45 seconds. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I can read a quick donation.
Sure.
1 second. Oh, we have 2 donations actually. We have $14 from Paolo, just saying hey. Hey Paolo, thanks for the donation.
Cool.
And $4 from Ezekiel saying, great event, thanks for making my evening more enjoyable. Good luck. Thank you. Back to you.
Alright. So yeah, up here, there's another unskippable cutscene, but we can actually skip it with a mission fail at a correct time. Basically, there's 4 frames where you already got the checkpoint, but the mission cutscene hasn't started. So the way we do that is we use the car dying from the fuel tank catching on fire to destroy the car just as we enter the zone. But we made the setup a lot easier since it was first discovered. Oh my god. Okay, I did not shoot the gas. That angle didn't help. So we gotta use an FPS cap to actually make this a lot easier. This game has like 40 FPS caps you have to use. And like that, we skip Mike getting shot and Brad going to jail. And another minute and 15 seconds or so of cutscenes. we can't skip. Can't imagine watching this like thousands of times over the years.
Have you ever calculated how much time of your life you've spent watching the cutscenes?
Probably. I mean, I always go on my phone, but I'd say there's about like 10 hours or so. Gotta be.
I know quite a few like Zelda and Mario speedrunners do that, because they have like a minute intro at the start of every single attempt.
Oh yeah, like Mario 64, it's failed the very first trick of the run and back to the start. But overall, Prologue's gotten better with the skip. I mean, it's a little more interesting than having another 45 seconds of waiting. But this game's definitely gotten a lot more optimized over the last few years. A lot of new people since 2019. And then cancer stuff like OMO and director mode get found, and for the most part, director mode has caught nobody's attention. Like, there's only me, Stormraid, and Krabbit who ran the any percent mission skips version that automatically saved about 35 minutes with teleports rather than blowing yourself up to mission fail. There's a lot of unfortunate side effects. It can softlock a lot if you mission fail using teleports. So about 5 out of 6 runs are pretty much just going to softlock maybe an hour or two in. And then 100% with director mode is basically still mission skips. We haven't really made any categories other than Death Wish with director mode. But yeah, that category is pretty brutal too. A lot more softlocks, and director mode definitely breaks a lot of things, like some races didn't want to spawn unless you reloaded a save file and got out of director mode. And then there's just random stuff like after a long stretch and Lamar just stay on the map permanently for some reason, so you can see him like 3 hours later just chilling. And yeah, for the most part, director mode is the biggest saves are the teleports, especially in a driving intensive category like Death Wish. We have, like on Trevor, there's casing saves the most from teleports. You can just teleport pretty much almost to the jewel store and then teleport back to Lester's factory. We actually don't have a teleport to waypoint on this patch. This is the only patch where you can actually play missions during director mode. Because on 1.30 they added teleport to waypoint, but it doesn't allow you to play missions at the same time because of the higher script stack size. Okay, this is not a fun cop spawn. So, but it's still overall faster to use the built-in teleports and your user locations. We can set 2 user locations and teleport back to them, but we can't do any like setting a custom waypoint remotely. So we have to route that into account. A little dialogue skip here. We skipped like 2 whole sentences there by going out and also stalling Jimmy. Like, this game kind of pauses dialogue when you hold switch button, but you can kind of spam it in a way that it stays skipped. And we got our first Lamar escort mission. Lamar's pretty much a useless sidekick who just adds fail conditions, and he's kind of completely useless, to be honest. Okay, that's not fun. Yeah, basically every mission with Lamar is just some weird escort mission where he doesn't really add any usefulness. Alright, so now we're finally in free mode. We could activate director mode right now, but we're gonna set up the glitch with a ladder launch and do it while we're flying up. If we activated director mode while we're falling down, it would just cancel and tell us you can't activate it while you're falling. So we're gonna use this crane here for the ladder. Okay, that didn't work. So in this menu, we're basically in a different mission state that says you're pretty much director mode casting trailer. Right now we're in free mode, this black loading screen, and if we die like right now, it will put us back into director mode, but we'll be in the free mode state. So yeah, it worked. You can see the icon up there, that shouldn't be there. So yeah, we'll just do some funny outfit. It's kind of random what outfit you get there. I wouldn't usually bother with that, but might as well do something different than we always do. An annoying thing of this menu is you have like both menus open at the same time. The interaction menu and the director mode menu. So you have to constantly worry about that. So we set a user location, so we'll come back here at the end of repossession. So we're pretty much going to warp almost all the way to the alley by using the beach teleport. And I'm going to change a bunch of settings to make it easier. Like, see, we can even be invincible, we can turn off traffic, we can turn off peds, we can stay wanted off. We can change weather and time and all that. Though everything below here is a cheat code, so we can't use those. This menu is kind of annoying to navigate, so I'm going to be clicking a lot of times. This Lamar sequence, we're waiting on him so we can push him to save a little bit more time. He's moving almost twice as fast as he normally does this way. But here we have to get ahead of him or else we start a very long dialogue sequence, and that would be slower than pushing him with the dialogue playing. So we got the first like Franklin shootout coming up. Director mode actually gives you every gun that you have unlocked currently, so we pretty much don't need the pistol Lamar gives us. Like I already got the micro SMG. And you actually get infinite ammo with them too, so. And I stayed invincible here. I was getting shot a lot there, but so the teleport I said at the start, we're going to use that to get. All we need is the bike and get to the end of the section. There's a chance we don't get that car I parked there at the side. And it could actually be really bad. Yeah, director mode speedruns, there's a lot of. Oh yeah, I didn't get the car. This menu doesn't let you run or anything while it's open. Toxic. So I was supposed to get the bullet at the end, but it did not give it to me. This is pretty bad. Alright, so we're basically going to Tanya, pulling favors. This is the only required Strangers and Freaks mission. So we have to do this one. Good thing about having no traffic is we don't crash into toxic cars all the time.
Alright, shit, where we going?
So yeah, no cars on the road, it makes driving a little easier.
How did I get dragged into this?
Though unfortunately we don't have Franklin's special ability, so it's basically normal driving right now.
Shit, your ass must be high or something.
I told you, I don't do that shit no more. I mean, I baby dose now and again just for the taste. But I'm doing good.
So yeah, teleport here.
Whatever you say, girl. Come on.
JB's truck. Let's go bring the...
This mission usually involves a lot of annoying drives, but we can just teleport pretty much to the end here. And the teleport I set will go straight back to the
on your mama.
tow truck lot.
It's Tanya, fool. And my boy Franklin. We filling in for JB.
Copy that. Hi, Tanya. Car's a junker. Been there for days.
Still gotta wait for this dialogue.
I'm gone.
It's back to the lot. I see you on the block. Anything you need, you holler at me. Now, where is
Mess with the weather if I can. Okay, I didn't think I would be facing that way. Pretty much warped all the way back here instead of having to drive. Another annoying thing is, even though we set the settings to where peds and cars should stay off, a lot of times it just breaks and the cars come back anyways. So that's another thing to worry about with this. Okay, this cart moved the wrong way. Okay. Okay, that did not work for some reason. Pretty scuffed. Oh my god. Unfortunately, a lot of teleports normally aren't close to where the end is, so we gotta use whatever we think is the fastest or whatever we timed is the fastest. Like this is only about 10 seconds faster than driving normally to teleport to this part of the map. And yeah, not having cars is actually really good for this drive. Not having power is annoying, but we can work with that. Okay, terrible driving. And yeah, another thing in director mode, it usually breaks the friendly fire AI. Okay, thanks Lamar. So yeah, it breaks the friendly fire AI so we can just shoot whoever we want. Normally you can't shoot Lamar there, but I felt like doing that. Never mission failed like that. It can actually get kind of annoying because I've had a jewel store shootout where I just shot the heist character on accident because normally you can't hit any other heist actor. Another thing is these are scripted cars and it doesn't really get rid of scripted cars with the cheat option we got. So something like I Fought the Law would have all the normal cars. Yes, another scripted chase sequence. There's a little bit of time that could be saved with tab movement, but I'm not gonna spam and make a bunch of noise. We can switch a chop here, but it serves absolutely no use. But one thing we can do is deviate from the normal path and kind of skip some of the cutscenes that would have played, like Franklin pushing down a fence. And we can get ahead of D, but he's still scripted and chasing after us, even though he's running away. It's kind of nice when it doesn't force you down a very specific path. Here we gotta wait for Chop to sniff the ground and find D on his own, even though we know exactly where he is. We gotta wait for Chop to get to the end, and we can actually push Chop a little bit. I'm pretty bad at these Chop pushes. Some people are just godlike at them, and it's a weird hitbox that you gotta... Okay, that was terrible. So that was way faster than having him walk normally. I think even bad pushes can sometimes save time over waiting for Chop. If we didn't shoot that dog, Chop would attempt to fondle it, so...
There you go.
We have to put it out its misery. Okay, I didn't push him far enough.
Where you at? Come on, man, back to business. Get the bag out.
So generally first person is faster for that opening cutscene there.
Oh shit! Fuck you and your stupid dog. Don't kill him this time, boy. Get his If you don't train Chop, you gonna be alone.
So this is a very long dialogue that we can't really skip.
You going back to your crib? I've been there when you was in diapers. Shut up, man. You ain't recognize me. I knew it was you before.
So we're gonna just mess around if we can.
Been gone so long. Well, I guess that means you shoot your ass and pick up our own stacks. You ain't gonna pick up shit.
Another thing you can't really get in a vanilla game is snow, but darker mode lets you do that. It's not really like online snow, but it's just the weather. Try to line up on his pixel.
You calling them on a cell phone, you dumb motherfucker? They gonna trace this shit in a second. We want 40,000. Pay me or pay the funeral director, motherfucker.
So yeah, we cannot really skip this dialogue here, so director mode didn't really save much time here, except I didn't have to do an annoying drive.
Hey, nigga, give me that damn phone. Dumb bitch. Man, you better start.
Okay, I didn't get it. And there's another example of just cars just coming back when they shouldn't. See? So we're gonna get rid of them if we can. So we're coming up to complications. This is usually like a pretty skill-based drive, but we're gonna teleport to almost to Michael's house. Okay, I didn't get the regular jump you can get there. This is usually like 90% chance of dying. And we got a capped FPS, or else it'll mission fail for some reason. Okay, I gotta set a waypoint there, I forgot. The menu gets really annoying to scroll through. You can't really get through it very fast. So I'm just spamming arrow key like a million times. Another thing that makes it a little hard to run darker mode. With taxis, you can abuse user locations by taxiing to where you want to teleport to, and in a mission where you can't use a taxi, you teleport. But with Trevor rules, you can't use taxi or anything like that. Alright, that fence is kind of toxic sometimes. This game's pretty insistent that you kill the gardener for some reason. Another thing, we cannot crouch, so usually this would be a lot easier, but we get the smoky breath or foggy breath or something. So this would usually be a long, unskippable dialogue, but we can just teleport to the end.
Pushed against you. That's the place?
Normally you can't really get to this corner. This is like the fastest corner you can get to. This fight with Simeon could probably go good, but I think it's gonna go bad. Yeah. Huh, not as bad as I thought. So you want like all punches and no pushes, like one push. Which is not ideal, but take what you can get, I guess, with that fight. Okay, that's not good. I cut it a little too close. You can go around that first cutscene trigger, but I was a little too...
Amanda's car. Lesson number 1.
So this part, you can actually mission fail and it will just put you into the car. So we use it to go to the golf club.
Shit, things that desperate, huh? Oh, but
And yeah, this is hopefully going to be a good father-son.
apologizing, self-deprecation. I know it well. Yeah, man.
This is a pretty auto-scroller type section,
They're somewhere on the Western Highway. Man, ain't you worried about
but we've optimized it to where we finish as close to the garage at the end as we can.
Oh, there it is. That's my boat. Yo, boat is
That turn can be kind of difficult for new people, but
catch 'em.
usually just enough speed is...
Without my say-so, man, I need to get my fucking head down.
You just gotta learn how to take the turns. You got something?
Got a donation for you. Yeah.
Alright,
Let's read it.
sure.
Got $50 from our boy Marcus9180.
Oh, sweet.
What a lovely category this is. Marcus.
Not very lovely, but... Yeah, Marcus is one of the top runners. Better than me, at least.
Very generous of you, thank you, sir.
Yeah. So this part we can usually slow down. We can rubber band a boat, but we don't want to be too far behind or else the thing doesn't trigger. Yeah, the game likes to switch you to the pistol there even though you have an SMG. Just more hand holding and path guiding from Rockstar. So this part we want to kind of accelerate at the right time so that we can shoot the guy and then catch Jimmy. Because this you can get like an extra cycle from Franklin if you don't. So like a second slower we get like an extra cycle from Franklin. The game loves click and bill, I guess. And yet another section where you're just waiting on dialogue to finish. If only we can make them shut up. So there's like an extra line Franklin can say here, and if we time it right, he doesn't say it.
At least you still got a son.
Perfect. It's like kind of simple if you wait for like the end of the end syllable. We can skip the animation there, just scroll wheel as we enter. And I'm gonna be alt spamming so that I keep him from saying something bad.
It's Franklin, right? Yo, so like, since we're both...
Yeah, we can, as you can see, we can teleport almost anywhere. There's only like 27 preset locations we're allowed to go to, and whatever user location you made. So we can use this to pretty much go straight to the porch. Other than that, we'd have to do some like slow walking or a ledge buffer strat. Ledge buffer is pretty cool. You can kind of warp back to the place you climbed on at like pretty high speed. We're doing the normal route here. There's a teleport up there on the hill, but you have to go to the scripted thing underneath the balcony, and that's too slow. So the speedrun route pretty much goes up to the side of the hill. This shouldn't be possible normally without some kind of off-road vehicle, but we can just do that because of GTA physics.
There's a winch. We'll see how you like when someone fucks with your shit. Oh, hey, wait.
Yeah, because the normal route is like a right turn back there and then going up this dirt road.
Here we go. Let's see.
Another section where all you have to do is hold W.
Oh shit. He's already down. He wasn't already.
There was like a soft locky version of director mode where the car would just like lose gravity and it would just be floating around here. And it looks really dumb.
Yeah, man. Oh hell yeah, homie. You know what time it is.
Like Justice found the first method of director mode that we could use on 1.27. It was like a 20-minute setup, and in the end it kind of soft locked on a lot of missions where the game was requesting audio, and director mode kind of prevented certain aspects from loading.
Is this still the number for Lester Crest?
But fortunately we found something
Who's asking? You're
faster.
KG.
It went from like 20 minutes locked behind Jewel Store to
Michael.
just like 1 minute, and you can do it anywhere in the game.
Tactful and charming even. Yeah. Hey, come see me, old friend. I'm living in Los Santos, just like you. Marietta Heights.
This part's a little tedious.
How do you... Hello?
We got like no really good teleports near Lester, and none near this second checkpoint. So we still need a bike, and we're going to do a lot of normal driving, but we can do a couple teleports to try to speed things up. And the game is not giving me a bike. You can get pretty bad bike spawns here sometimes. Like some aren't even worth taking, like Harleys and stuff. Okay, I think that's a thrust. Traffic can be pretty toxic here too. Oh my god. I popped the tire because I'm stupid. Okay, this bike's like unusable. And unfortunately there's no way with director mode we can fix the bike we got. If we own the vehicle we can fix it, but obviously we just stole it like 5 seconds ago. I'm gonna hopefully find a new bike, but I'm just gonna take this car. It's actually really scuffed. Yeah, another example where the double menu just kind of hinders you. This is really unfortunate. So yeah, this menu gets annoying. You can't really sprint during the part, you can't jump, so. And like there, the door closed, you can't really hold shift and S to prevent it from closing. It's a pretty toxic menu to have to deal with. So now we can just drive to Lester and then teleport back to where we were. And we'll also have a really fast teleport out of the Life Invader building straight to Michael's house. That's like over a minute saved. Though we can't really skip the parts inside of the building. Okay. So Lester usually has like a long cutscene here, but we can just hold out the phone and it doesn't play.
Need my help.
And there's like a slow walk here you get, but if you just open the door like that, it's not a problem. So yeah, pretty much straight to the store with a preset teleport we made.
Excuse me.
As I saw at the beginning of the run, we can actually change the clothes, but even if we had the exact perfect clothes, it still forces you to buy something here. Rockstar scripting.
Dignity aside,
And yeah, this is usually a pretty driving intense section, and it's pretty easy to get hit off the bike if you're not paying attention, but we can teleport past most of this. And we don't even have cars in the way, and that's usually nice to take good paths. Like with taxis, you could set a lot of your own waypoints and it really speeds up. Another fun thing is you got a little dialogue menu here. so we can just say stuff we shouldn't be able to say.
This is total bullshit. Shit. Oh, fucking.
And pretty much pressing a button that activates a voice line. So yeah, we got like a pop-up window minigame here. Pretty annoying.
Here you go.
This is a filthy hard drive, bro.
That's not good.
Got any antivirus software?
Damn it.
I think so. Behind this junk on the left.
Oh,
Got a quick donation for you.
sure.
Bro, hit me on the ass.
Got $5 from Matt13. Thank you very much, Matt.
Sweet.
Much appreciated.
And that should do it.
Yeah, you can interrupt me like whenever if you got a donation.
Alright. Up to $375 now, which is
Yeah.
crazy for the first day. Thank you so much.
That's pretty good. Oh god. Yeah, I should have had that selected there first. So we got a weird ticking noise from this can happen in normal runs. It's pretty much like we click the scan terminate or something like that at the same frame it pops up. We just get the beeping noise forever. At least until the mission's over. It kind of makes me think of like there was like a Mario 1000-Year Door test where there was like an hour and a half where you just hear a tick 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 noise and it's louder than anything else. But at least it ain't that bad here. And like the mission skip version, you can actually set your wanted to high and then it just mission fails for too much heat to carry out the job. So you can skip this little cutscene here. Though obviously we're not going to be mission skipping. It's like a minute and 45-second cutscene that's not that enjoyable, but at least it's a good break pretty early in the run. Especially with Death Wish, we lost pretty much every break we had. There's only like 2 good breaks in Death Wish nowadays. So Lester's gonna try to call us here when he shouldn't. What the fuck? Okay, this ain't good. I have no idea what just happened, so I'm gonna mission skip this. We don't need to keep watching this. That's like a rare bug that happens, but the run's over if that happens. And obviously I don't want to have to put people through that. Another effect is you can just jump when you shouldn't be able to, like during the mission pass screen. I think that even works without having to do the key rebind thing we do. I have no idea what if phone was closing like that, but that kind of happens if you teleported out of the house, but obviously I didn't do that. So it's just game meme, I guess. So we gotta take Jimmy bike riding. I'm surprised he doesn't die from like a heart attack halfway in. Like, pretty much every interaction in this game, he's just in his bed playing video games. We'll make it snowy again. Yeah, the sand's pretty slow to drive on, so we try to get on the road as soon as we can. There's a lot of missions where the time's kind of fixed to like a certain time, like morning or daytime, and usually it isn't nighttime. So I like to mess with this if I can. The BMX would be faster, but it's very annoying on keyboard. So we can skip pretty much most of So I gotta do something where I turn up traffic. This game expects you to swim all the way to that boat out there, but we can teleport to the beach where there's always a jet ski and take that to the boat. That's about 10 seconds faster. It's kind of nicely thought about you using a boat for this mission. But still, we want to be on the bike because running would be slower. Yeah, like they're always right here. It would be too slow for us to bike all the way over here normally. And we already do a normal strat where we manipulate a boat to spawn. Okay. This is kind of weird because if you're in the water, he won't get on the jet ski. So we have to do it from being out of water. It makes no sense at all. I don't think you have that problem normally outside of the mission. Like a boat would have spawned like right here and we'd catch up to it while we're swimming. Inappropriate for snow. And yet SMG makes that shootout so easy.
You killed him! Oh my god, this isn't happening!
Just calm down. I did what I had to do. Let me take you back to your brother.
And we got a dialogue skip here where we kind of prevent Tracy from talking until we get to the beach. Usually it would be like 5 seconds of extra dialogue here. And it's not fun. But we do have to deliberately wait like 90% of the time. So we're gonna teleport back here. We could get a suit with director mode, but it might take like 30 seconds of spamming until it gives us the right clothes. I forgot to call Franklin. Okay. Huh. Okay. It gave us Friedlander. I had no idea I blocked that earlier. And here we pretty much abuse hangouts to force the game to warp us. Oh my god. I forgot about that too. I just screwed up the text like, okay, that's good. Let's turn off these curves. Pretty toxic spawns. So yeah, casing benefits pretty good from these teleports. There's a lot of driving in this mission, about 1 minute each way. So we're gonna have this teleport back to the factory, and we're gonna teleport pretty much all the way to the store.
I needed a job that didn't require me to do anything apart from paying taxes.
The shop's on Little Portola. Your FIB buddies.
Yeah, we have to scope out the jewel store and do some mini games for Lester.
I checked out the WPP.
Get some intel for the jewel store job we're about to do in like the next 2 missions.
They don't put witnesses up in multi-million.
So this is just a little bit of a
hills.
Well, maybe they thought this would be the best cut.
running around until you get pictures.
Five-figure subs.
I don't get why.
Their FIB
Huh.
every month.
That really should have warped them out. Like this game, if the door's blocked and there's somebody in the passenger seat, you like always warp out, but sometimes Michael can squeeze through like 2 centimeters. Especially with his car.
Hey, you.
A little dialogue skip there. Oh, we should warp me in.
See where the ventilation comes out. Drive around the block.
So this split's gotten pretty optimized in normal runs.
There. Construction.
I might be able to get
Yeah, it gets really annoying to manage the menu when you want to run fast, especially on foot. It's another like sort of linear mission. If we somehow got up to the roof without taking this ladder, it would not let us take the picture. Another Rockstar scripting moment. Because director mode gives you parachutes, and we could actually use a ledge buffer to get up here. But obviously we can't skip that yellow to it. Okay, camera meme. Okay.
Take your glass.
So yeah, carbine rifles is like notoriously bad for runs.
Start setting up the
You got like four guys with carbine rifles, and they're pretty good at killing you if you don't headshot the first 3 guys and then leave 1 guy alive to get good cop spawns. And this can also be bad for text RNG if you aren't carefully manipulating text earlier. So this mission can be a run killer for normal Trevor and even classic percent runs. But it's gotten to where we can actually do a text minute to always get the text, but just getting all 3 texts earlier is usually the way to go. And I forgot about that LSC text. So another 20 seconds here. You would normally get Lester there first. But yeah, I definitely goofed up earlier. There we go. So like these guys, they can destroy you. Oh my god. And when you don't have a wanted level active, they will just keep on driving. If one of them are alive, something really weird would happen after the teleport. Sometimes they just like fall from the air for no reason. Like they followed you. But see, it teleported them out of the car for some reason. And yeah, this is the last split in the mission, probably about 3 minutes left. So you can't honk when you got the dialogue thing, I forgot about that. But they were already pretty much outside anyway, so. And yeah, this game's pretty weird about detecting people inside your car. If I didn't wait for that yellow dot, I would have mission failed. Like I did, like they weren't inside the truck or something. So we only steal like 6 cases so that we get out of here as soon as possible. Like this is another part where you don't have to do any waiting. You just haul ass. And yeah, this chase is kind of weird. All you have to do is be looking in their direction and you won't mission fail. Like, we're already way out of range, but... That's a pretty convenient teleport. It's like right at the end of this chase sequence. That's like about a minute saved.
Don't worry, I got you.
It's always sunset there, so might as well change it to something better. Like, the guys on the bike are your allies, and you can pretty easily kill them if you're not doing the correct route. And there's like a part where they'll just slam into the back of your truck if you're in the way. They won't even try to go around. Just more scripting. I'm gonna take advantage of curb boost, another like physics glitch in this game that just suspension related. It just gives you more speed if the suspension compresses at the right way. Like at this part, they would literally just slam into the back of the truck. So yeah, no more teleports. A little too slow.
Lester's around the corner at the lockup.
And this is another part that reinstates traffic, so we had to get rid of it again. This is a really annoying drive normally with cars in the way. But we can take pretty much optimal driving if we want.
Man, I thought I was gonna be stuck to that bike. Yeah, I thought you were gonna be stuck under a cop car. There gotta be more dudes waiting around that way. We did not just get away with that shit, did we?
What the hell? It's like Michael jumped out or something. So yep, that's Trevor sent time. Like true Trevor sent would be So yeah, we could pretty much select any character we've already unlocked. Obviously, we haven't played through much of the game, but we could... These characters aren't useful for speedruns because they don't unlock missions or anything like that. But yeah, we can... So yeah, we're already... I'm just gonna show off, like... The stuff we use is not cheat codes, like... Anything below this menu is a cheat code, like flaming bullets. See, if we did use a cheat, it would tell us right up there. So yeah. And all these wouldn't work during missions anyway. Alright, you wanna shut it down, or?
Yeah, we'll head back to intermission.
Alright.
And then I'll just say bye to everyone and, you know, talk about what's upcoming tomorrow.
Alright.
But thank you so much for joining. Great run. Good job.
Yeah, I'm not really good at marathons. Like, my first marathon was like GTQ, and that's kind of intimidating, so.
Yeah, of course.
I'll
Alright,
listen.
we'll head to intermission and we'll see you guys in a bit.
Alright, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Alright.